gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the morning shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks, and of course, my co-host, Mr. J. Paris. What's happening,
What's
my
happening?
brother?
What's happening? Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's your boy, J. Paris. And usually I say we're coming to you live from a beautiful Johannesburg, South Africa. But this past week hasn't been all too beautiful here in Johannesburg, South Africa. With the load shedding, with the power outages, with the water shedding, with all of this. And no, we're not complaining, but that's just the reality of where we at and the place we live in. But this is the Morning Shake, powered by The Inside Show, and it's one of the best podcasts in the world. I'm looking forward to an amazing conversation today. What's happening, bro?
Bro, you know what's interesting? Every time you say coming to you live, I always think you're going to do that.
Coming to you live from the third world.
Nah, big
Next
facts.
week, bro, next week.
But ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited for today's show actually because let me first set you up for this one, right? And so last week we did a show about the German jab thing, whatever. And you know when I explain things, I get now excited and la la la, so sharp. So I got that little piece and I posted it on TikTok. Yeah, guys. Hey, so your boy kind of went a little bit viral. I don't know what constitutes as viral, but for me that was viral, bro. You know, most of the time the videos are hitting 5K, 6K. Now all of a sudden some 170K. It was like, choo, okay, right, sharp, yeah. So the energy is flowing on TikTok. Because I always knew people were telling me, yo, TikTok, the energy is different on TikTok than it is on... Because I'm here on IG trying to push. Obviously on YouTube. YouTube is like a different thing. It like takes long and then when it pops. Right? But then TikTok is like a different vibe, right?
Yeah, I think TikTok is open, broski. All these other vibes obviously probably has these gatekeepers that doesn't want to let you in.
So TikTok, when it pops, right? So anyway, it pops, boom. That video goes all over the place. People are inboxing me. People are like commenting, sharp. Next thing you know, I get home from the podcast, from work, everything. So I'm chilling at home. And somebody goes live, right? And so I saw her comment on that, on the Kaylee video, I think. I'm not sure which video it was, right? So she's like, guys, what was happening at the show? So I'm like, all right, so then I comment on her comment. And I'm like, hey, yo, I can tell you what happened at the show. She's like, all right, let's do a live. So we do a live and she's like, hey, so I've been watching what you guys are doing at the podcast. What's happening? So I'm like, all right, so you must somehow come through, man. Let's have this conversation. Cause turns out I also know her videos, right? From the video that she does at school with the kids and with the teacher vibes and all that energies. So I'm like, all right, okay, definitely. So I definitely want her on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Help me welcome our guest this morning. None other than Queen Layla.
Hi, guys.
What's happening? How you doing?
I'm fine. Just not list for work tomorrow, lol. But it's okay.
Yeah, the teachers start like a day before.
No, everyone starts tomorrow.
Oh, everyone does. School opens tomorrow. Isn't it
shame.
Wednesday? Usually it's on a Wednesday, bro.
Nah, bro, it's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Shame.
And you've been off for the past
3 weeks. It's been a lekker holiday, I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, that was a
It was a lekker holiday.
It's lekker for your...
June
So I got kids, homie. I got
no.
2 kids. And yeah, bro. I don't know what to do with my children.
Oh, for parents, it's like,
Hey, it's
finally.
Like, school open now, please. I don't know what to do with this children. Can't watch YouTube the whole day.
Yeah, parents want to send their kids back to school because they're tired. We must my babysit them. But I guess it's okay. It's vibes. It's our job.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we got Queen in the building. And of course, when I was watching your videos and I saw, firstly, it was like, yo, I got so much to say to you actually. And I was telling Jay, this is going to be an interesting show. Because, firstly, right, there's one of your videos that also went viral, right, where you're sitting in class and you got these kids like saying Afrikaans words.
Mondeling. It was mondeling. It was prepared speech.
So tell us what actually happened there. Actually, wait, before we even go there, I want to hand over to my co-host because I know you like this.
Yeah,
first part of the show.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to know the journey, obviously where you're from, who you are. And so, yeah, without further ado, who is Queen Layla and where you from? And what also got you into
Quick, before
teaching?
we get into your answer, ladies and gentlemen that you are watching online, thank you so much for coming through. Thank you for hopping onto that energy. Please do drop your comments in the comment section. We'll definitely read every single one of them. And then share the love, man. Share the energy. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, so most of you guys know me as Queen Layla or back in the day when I like literally just started on TikTok, I was Queen of Tech. Don't ask why I got that name. Very Queen of Tech. Yeah.
It's early for this, girl.
Yeah, but I'm just Layla. I started out on TikTok in 2021 August because from like when I like left school, I was like a struggling artist. I shame, we were trying everything. I was trying to go viral on YouTube, but YouTube is a lot of work. You need to put a lot of energy into that. So I was just like,
YouTube is difficult,
it's very difficult. So I was like, no, I'm giving up. And then COVID happened, came back home, wasn't at university. I feel like if I stayed...
Which university were you at?
Oh, I was at Pucker. Hi guys,
In
if you're
Potch?
at Potch is from, it's my uni. Anyways, like I was saying, I feel like if I stayed in Potch and it wasn't COVID, I would have probably been like a crazy alcoholic because all I was doing is partying. I don't know how I passed. Yeah, so then came back home. You must know COVID happened 2020. And then I was also like, ugh, I'm just at home. What can I do? Again, tried to make videos. Didn't work. Post stuff. Then I was just posting on IG. It wasn't that productive. IG is slow, man.
IG is slow for real.
If you want to like be influencer and you're trying to like go big on Instagram, you're going to struggle, guys. Just try the alternatives, okay? Anyways, so... And then I was at home, still not getting anywhere. And then in 2021, I started a teaching job. I actually started working at the school I started as a teacher. It was my high school, actually. So I kind of got like preference. Thanks, guys. Mr. Landman, what's up?
Come on now.
Anyways,
That's dope.
so what happened was I started as a teacher assistant because I just like to work. Since I was like in school, I think my first job was like working at Food Lovers. I was buying wars. I was like 16. I just wanted to work.
You've been hustling.
I've been hustling, and then when I was in university, I was like a bartender. That was so fun because I would like get paid and I'd blow and I'd drink. It was fun. So when I came home, I was like, I can't just sit here and do nothing. So then I applied for like a teacher assistant in 2020. I worked there like from I think it was like November to December.
Where's the school?
Mafeking,
yeah.
Maftown, guys.
Come on.
But
this is what you were studying the way
Yeah,
to
I was
become a teacher.
Yeah, not by choice, but you gotta make sacrifices in life. Anyways,
Facts.
yeah. So
All
then
things work together.
exactly. So then when I started the next year, because we were still teachers, so we had like a 6-month contract. Then the principal called me and he's like, oh my gosh, what year are you in? I was like, oh, I'm in my 3rd year. I'm finishing next year. Then she was like, oh my gosh, we've been looking for an Afrikaans teacher. Please just help us. And amid you, I didn't do Afrikaans style in school. I did file, but I was like a top student. It is just, yeah.
I don't think we know what that means.
I was a top student. I was like top 10.
You said Afrikaans?
Hairstyle. I thought.
Oh,
I
okay,
never,
yes, yeah.
I didn't do Afrikaans hairstyle in school. I did Afrikaans file. And Afrikaans.
Wait, what does file mean? Like
first,
lower grade?
No. First additional language. It's like your second language. Like you have English home language.
It's like maths.
Yeah. So I didn't do home language. And then they're like, no, we can just give you this pro bono period, like to like check yourself and like we can like see if you like you're able to do it. And then if you feel like no, then you can go. It was like that. Okay, if you flop, you go. I was like, okay, I'm work hard. And at first I didn't want to do it because I was still studying. I didn't want that stress. I mean, I was like just chilled. But then I was like, you know what? This is good experience. So when I do graduate, I can get a top job because my aim in life was to get out of Mafeking and come to the city and be a city girl.
Be a city girl.
I love the vision. But at which point did you go from tech to queen?
Oh, let me tell you with us that's coming. So then I got the job as the Afrikaans teacher, and then that's when I was like still trying to push because I didn't want to study education, but I couldn't study what I wanted to do. So I'm like, you know what, I can just make the sacrifice, and then when I do have my own money and my own means of doing things, then I can like hustle my way into like, media and stuff, which actually did work out because like when I was like trying to get on Instagram and stuff, I was like really trying to find my niche. And if you guys know what a niche is, it's like you need to find what you're good at on TikTok. Like you're a podcaster, this is your vibes. I didn't know what my vibes were. I was literally just winging it. Then one day I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna like go on TikTok because my sister was like, just do TikTok. You're not listening to me. And I was like, no, I don't want to. I had 3 TikTok accounts before the one I
think
had
everyone
now.
had their journey. Even me, was like, just do TikTok, bro. You're gonna get gang. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
So I did the
and
same
I
thing.
started on TikTok before it was TikTok, it was Musical.ly, so I was busy singing along with songs. It didn't work, and then they transformed it into that TikTok, that transition. And then like it was August 2021. I was like, you know what? Now I'm just gonna like just try something. I did make like a couple of videos on TikTok, but it never went viral. It had like 2,000 views, 3,000 views. I was like, ugh. this sucks, man. I'm really struggling out here. And then one day I'm like, I'm just going to take a video in my class. And that video went viral.
I think that's the one I first saw.
It went viral.
Explain to us that video, how that video came about.
The first one.
Because that's the one I saw. I was like,
I was wearing a very colorful blazer. I was wearing a very colorful blazer and I was marking papers. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just take a video. And I took a video and it was with my matric class. And I'm going to tell you about my matric class now.
I really want to hear about this. That's what I want to jump into. Yeah.
So then I just said, I'm just going to try this. And then when I tried it, it got like 500k views like in 3 days. I was like, are you joking? And the only reason it went viral is because they thought I was lying. They thought I wasn't a teacher because I looked like a baby. So then like, oh my gosh, you're lying. You're not a teacher. I'm just like, I'm not lying. They thought I put like a green screen at the back. They didn't think it was an actual class. So I'm like, I'm serious. Bro. So then from there, I was like, okay, I found my niche. Now I'm just going to
but this is where the spike took place.
Yeah.
Prior to this, it was just
average. I was just Queen Layla taking pictures, trying to go viral like those Insta girls. But it's definitely not hard unless your father's Bill Gates. Then you can do it. But not if you're like
and unless you
a hustler.
Unless you hella thirst trap though. So then you get some. But then it's like, okay, what's the point now? Because now it's just a bunch of.
And I just me in my panty blooming, So yeah, I wanted to do something that was also like meaningful and it was like entertaining, So yeah. So this matric class, I wanted to get to the story.
Wait, before you get to the matric class, I want to tell us people that's watching on TikTok quickly now. So you guys obviously know Queen Layla from TikTok. Guys, please go on to the Inside Show on your YouTube channel, right? That's where you're going to get us live now. You're going to get all the angles, all the vibes, all the comments, all the lekker stuff. So leave this live and then jump onto there and then continue watching the rest of the show there. Okay,
I think let me shout out the people here as well, broski, before
shout
we continue. We have Mata Fire saying good morning, what's up? And then
how do you turn the camera around you?
And then Mr. Juan Horn, thank you so much, broski. It's always good having you with us. And Bicky soft, broski. Turn up. It's yours. Mine is soft.
Mine's also soft.
Mine is super soft. But what's up, Juan Horn? And then we have LeJean saying colored excellence, which that definitely is. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Keep the comments rolling, and yeah, we know we're definitely in for a fantastic show ahead, bro.
Okay, so yeah, so like you were saying, right, with TikTok, it's one of those things where when one of them spikes,
yeah, you need to keep with that flow.
You
definitely
have to have that energy, yeah. And then, but here's the thing, though, right? I think before you tell us about your matric class, and just keep that one keep a pen on that one, right, so we don't forget about it. There's this thing, right, that you were speaking about that's quite important because you're saying you try to find your niche, right? And I think everyone goes through that season, right? Including myself, including Jay, including all of us, where we know we want to do something bigger and we know, but we don't know what it is, right?
That's the worst part.
Exactly. And then you try and find something that ends up popping, right? So I do a bunch of different things, right? I do car content, then I do preaching content, then I do like podcasting, and then I do like so many different things. And then sometimes I think when I do go viral on one thing, like the podcast now is kind of blowing up nicely. But now I'm thinking, but I also don't want to just, then I'm thinking like exactly what you were saying. How do you bring value to your content? So it's not just a matter of, it's just like thirst traps and like, naked pictures and this, because that can get views and that will get a bunch of boys just saying, ooh, nice, sexy, ooh, smiley faces and stuff. But then you're trying to think, okay, so then what am I, like that conversation we always have, like what am I actually bringing to the table of value, right? So how did you kind of wrap your mind around?
I think, sorry, broski, I think the question also is, what do you think people will still hunger and thirst after you if say, and we always speak about this, say one day the socials crashes.
Do you still have value?
That's exactly what when I when I was like, one day if I do become like big and people, I have like a big following, because I have like 157,000 followers on TikTok compared to someone that has like 5 million. It's a lot, do you understand? But I feel like those 157 people that do follow me, I want to at least like be like,
you want to give them something.
Yeah, I don't want to just be there and be like, oh well, this is my outfit, I bought it, can you buy it? No, I want to be transparent. I want it to be like, relatable. And it's so important to be relatable nowadays, because I feel like sometimes influencers put this picture out like, oh my gosh, if you're going to wear this Kwai outfit in this, you're going to get views. If you buy yourself an iPhone 39, take videos, you're going to go viral. It's all about brainwashing them into stuff that's not really that True. So what you were saying is like when I started like making videos, I was literally just like trying to look cute and stuff, but it wasn't working because everyone can look cute and people have more money than you. They can go for duck shopping sprees and stuff, and you're just trying to make it show with your three
No,
outfits.
yeah, bear
You
in
get
mind,
what I'm
some
saying?
people go broke
You see,
to
so
look cute.
try, but-
you see,
But I like what you're saying there with the
Yeah.
transparency issue where like now you have your three Mr. Price out. And I think you were speaking earlier about why Kaylee went viral like that. It's because of that of like, I bought us from Mr. Price and I
was
bought us by
being
Chinatown.
honest.
It's like, yeah, bro, we
Yes.
all buy that by Chinatown.
Exactly. So with regard to that, when I like started like on TikTok and stuff, I made like the teaching videos and whatever. But then after that, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna like do this, I like have to be like a bit different. Like, okay, I can like show how I teach and maybe like because I like to dress up. I love dressing up. And when I was like working at I had my first working at my first job, word for teacher now. Sorry guys. When I started working now, I was living with my parents. I didn't have skills. So every month this girl would buy clothes. And at the time, I didn't know how to shop on Shein, so I would go to the Ethiopian shops downtown. That's now your China Mall. We don't have China Mall in Mafeking. I used to go to the Ethiopians, and I used to buy
There's
for
a
me.
small street here
Yeah.
us in town.
Yes, it's kind of.
It's a bit rough.
There's also rough now. That's why I don't go there anymore. So I would go buy for me all of the different colored dresses, alles just to look different.
Just to have something
Yeah,
all the
and then
time,
people were
yeah.
like, oh my gosh, where did you get your dress? I'm like, oh no, downtown. They were like, where's downtown? I'm by the Ethiopians. They're like, what's that? I'm like, as a Somalians, man. As I mean,
Because they're seeing this model and things, they're probably
Exactly, they
thinking,
thought it was like-
this one I probably ordered online and things. You're like,
Exactly.
nah, bro,
So I was like, no. Yeah, so when I now did start buying on Shein, I was like, okay, I can also use this like as a way to just like create content because then I was like, okay, she's a teacher. Okay, she's dressing nice. Okay, now she's buying on Shein. But when I like do these things, it's not like, oh my gosh, you have to have money. I worked very hard for my things. I've been telling you, I bride wars. I was a bartender. I was cleaning classrooms, and now I'm a teacher. You understand? So I've been working hard. So I just feel like I wanted to be transparent with people in a way to say, even if you now maybe don't come from wealth or whatever, you just gotta work yourself up.
Come on.
Nah, that's true. That's
on.
big facts.
Exactly.
Clay,
Clap
are you
for
there,
me.
bro?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so you don't gotta be rich. Just
Nah,
gotta have.
Nah, you're right. 100%. So
Passion.
now, I didn't forget about the matric class, right? Because that actually leads me into one of the questions that I have, right? Because, okay, but tell us about your matric class.
Aish, when they interviewed me for that Afrikaans was like I was telling you, I was like very, very like reluctant. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm only 20. I'm like still in my university things. I didn't make that transition from like being that young girl in university now to actually being an adult.
Now you have
Yeah.
to
I
kind
had
of
to
have
change.
authority, like you have
Yep.
to change the way you
I had
speak
to
now.
change the way I speak, look, everything. I couldn't even go Blom anymore because I lived in Mafeking. It was such a small town. And the kids that I would teach would be Blomming. Where are you, Blom? So I couldn't really have a social life also.
Exactly, because now
So
you
it
have to
was-
have a different level
Yeah.
of kind of authority, and you now a different figure now. So now if you're blooming with the
It's
kids
like-
that you're teaching, it's like you're on the same level
Juffrou
now.
was lekker dronk Saterdag net.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just the
Vibe.
integrity you have to
You
also.
You see that integrity and
Just
being above
see.
reproach as far as people look at you like, nah, that's one.
Nee,
Jy wil
I'm
my
not
vir my
gonna-
kom teach my jy van
Exactly.
die goeie aan.
Exactly. So it was like a big transition for me. Also,
crossroads.
Moorse crossroads. I felt like Britney Spears. But anyways, so I was teaching grade 8 to 12 and high school. That's the phase I started to teach. But yeah, high school, you were in high school also, man. You know how you were. I know how I was, So in my matric
stout.
class, I had 3 boys that I was in school with.
Mm-hmm.
And the one was older than me, and the other 2 were my age. But they kind of failed, so they like stayed behind. You see? So then I thought,
That's close though, bro.
That's extremely
That's
close.
very
Yeah.
close. That's like
Bombs on it.
which brings me to my next question that I've been thinking this whole time, but carry on.
it was kind of hectic because then I'm like, yeah, nah. These boys were in school with me. I was like in their class. How are they going to take me serious? And that's the question they asked me. And it was a fast interview because they were very desperate. Afrikaans teachers are very scarce. We like water in the woestijn. We like water in the desert, So I was just like, okay. I don't know. I don't even know what I said to say. No, I'm fine. But luckily, even though I'm like a nice person, I have like that.
You can be strict.
Don't take me for a one. That vibes, So that was a big problem. I won't say problem, but like one of the challenges I faced a lot when I started working, because most of the kids that I was teaching, I was in school with because I just matriculated 2 years from when I started to work. And it's my old high school. So people that were in grade 8 were like in my
gonna
grade
know
10,
you.
grade 11 class. They were like calling me Layla. And I'm just like, oh, good gracious.
It's
and
not Layla. It's not Layla.
And then I said, just call me
Teacher.
Juffrouw. Just call me Juffrouw, ma'am. Okay? Because at the time I like knew these kids. They were like people that I went to school with. So I didn't like see the difference between like calling me by my name
But
and
if you
stuff.
don't have that separation, then you
Yes.
lose that respect now.
Exactly. The one thing that I remember that this principal, he was the best principal ever. Shout out to Mr. Landman. He said, you can be friendly to your learners, but never their friend. And I always keep that with me, because I feel like so many teachers, like my age, like when they just start teaching, they want to be that cool teacher and stuff. But, you know, it's your job.
Yeah.
Even though you want to be cool, you're
must
going to
do your
have to
work,
be.
yeah.
I think cool depends on what subject you're teaching.
I hear it all.
Bomber technology, those ones that aren't really.
The grade 8 and 9
Shout
subject.
out to
Yeah.
technology.
Shout out to technology, guys.
So now my question is, right, you teaching matrics, the age difference is not that big. You're a pretty teacher.
Thank you.
To
I
the
appreciate
gents.
it.
To the
Yes,
gents.
they do. I know where this is
Exactly.
going.
That's-
I know where this
because
is
the thing
going.
because now, but it's facts. Now I'm watching this and I'm thinking, surely these gents are trying
Also
to
just
shoot
we
shots, bro.
spoke about it, bro. Also just the comparisons to the teachers we obviously had back in the
That's
day
so
to
I-
now, bro.
So,
It's like
so Jay and I were having the conversation after you agreed to come on the podcast. I'm like, Jay, bro, if you look at this, and that's the question I want to ask, right? And I don't know if I put it onto the thing. Yeah, I think I did mention it in the second point here. And I'm saying to Jay, if you went to Mevrouw Husselman or whatever, to our old Oma there, you know, and then if you go to Mrs. whoever, it's, you know, it's all like old ladies or uncle, you
Yeah.
know, or your PT teacher was a timer or whatever. Now you come to class, bruh,
In
and it's a
today's day and
pretty,
age.
yeah, it's a pretty young teacher. How the heck? So how do you deal with that?
I'm not gonna lie, there's like benefits to it sometimes, because like the naughty kids were like trying to be so nice to me. But when they like started getting used to me, they was like, I'm not gonna listen to you. But like with that shame, I got asked to like a lot of matric farewells, like 3.
Bruh, how do you work with your teacher to matric?
I was just like, no, that's not gonna work, Annie. But like with that, I don't regard myself as pretty. I just like to look after myself. I mean, I feel that's just how it's supposed to be. I feel like even if you're looking romerag and you don't, just at least be presentable, you know? So I just feel like I like to make myself presentable. If people say I'm pretty, thank you, honey. I appreciate it. So with that, it was like difficult, because I was very young when I started teaching, man. I was 20. I just 19, 20. It's like a big transition. Like I was a teenager like a year ago. Now I must can be an adult, you know? So there was like kind of times when I was like very depressed, because I had to like make that transition from like, okay, you need to have like this sense of maturity. You can't be posting the same stuff you posted when you were like in university, like Instagram wise, like posting in bikinis and stuff like that. I can't do it anymore, because I'm teaching boys with hormonal problems, you know, not problems, but you get what I'm saying. You in that phase.
But that's the thing. The boys are in that phase. Your teacher is now pretty.
Exactly.
Your teacher is dressing and things now. Obviously, that's gonna be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, once they get used to you, you also get that element of like, hey,
Yes.
this is the line. You don't cross this line. Wait, guys, I wanna jump into the comments, because I see
yeah.
my friend is here in the
I
comments.
just want, before we get into that, broski, I just want to find out, maybe it's a personal question, but at the time, and maybe even now, who was your support structure? From your house? Were you staying with your folks?
My mother and my father was definitely, you know, I feel like it's such a blessing to have like supportive parents, because
100%.
my parents, they
1000%.
knew that I did not want to be a teacher. They knew that I didn't want to do teaching, but because of circumstances, I just had to, like, you know, because I got a bursary for it, you know, and I didn't want to let them down, because they brought me thus far, getting me through school. I feel like the least I can do is at least go work. And if I want to like do media and stuff, I can do it like on the side, you know, but they were there to support me. Like I remember when I was teaching and stuff like that, in my first year of teaching, I like applied to so many modeling agencies and stuff like that, and they were there every time. They would bring me to Joburg to come, even though I got no gigs from that. They were there to support me. They defend my honor. I love them so much. Shout out to Rebecca and Randall. You guys rock.
Nah, that's dope. You still have both your parents.
Yes, thank God.
Nah, that's
so I'm very blessed.
That's good. Nah, bro, we got one of my.
She's on
funny.
So first she's like, I wouldn't be able to handle high school, and then she asked the question, you didn't need a certificate to teach?
At the time when I was teaching, I was working as SGB, which is school governing body, so that school pays you. But if you want, like to get a department post which pays more, you'll have to have your degree and your SACE and whatever. So I had my temporary SACE and my proof of registration. And people always ask me this, like, I also want to teach and work at the same time. Like, it just happened, but like, if you want to do it, you're gonna get paid through SGB. You're gonna have to have a temporary SACE and you're going to have like proof that you're studying.
Now you're just blessed that way.
Yeah. So I really got blessed to get that job because it's not, no one just approached me and be like, hey, come work. You don't have your certification? Okay, it's fine.
And then Nathan says, looking romerig.
Romerig, that's my favorite word.
And we carry on from Nathan, bro.
Then he was like, that's a teacher right there. And it's like, one of my buddies got married, our teacher.
Got married to the teacher?
One of my buddies got married to our teacher. True story.
Yeah, not me.
But the thing is,
Felicia,
bro,
good morning, fam, was popping.
It's not that you're gonna wanna vibe. Nah, but maybe because you are 17, 18 in matric, and then say if you end up marrying someone that's a 2-year difference, it wouldn't be
that bad.
It wouldn't be like out of the realm of possibilities. It's not like you're marrying a old auntie and you're still young. The age gap is not that big.
In that sense, I get what you're saying, but for me, it's like, I just feel like the integrity that I have, I don't think I'd be able to do it. Marry one of my students, even draw one of my students, even like date them, even if they're like in university, I still see them as that student.
Yeah, that's just, I think it's just that line that you have to, I guess maybe later on in life when you're both doing different things maybe and somehow you catch up again somewhere and like, something happens.
It probably also depends. Obviously, if you all were in school, what if you all were dating at the time?
And then you failed. And then I must not come teaching.
Now do you want
to red flag?
Now, exactly. I was just about to say now, but you know, red
no, honey. Red flag.
You really want to go there. So my next question is this, right? So on social media, and then we got Felicia also. She's saying, good morning, fam. Thank you so much for jumping in the comment section. Guys, please do drop your comments like you see, and then we do read your comments. And thank you for everyone that's watching. And for everyone, are you on TikTok there?
I'm on IG.
On IG. What's happening? Tell your people they must go and subscribe to the Inside Show, please.
Subscribe, like, do the most.
So here's the other question, right? So you post this video of you teaching, and you shared your whole journey with us now. So now you post this video, you teaching. It was a funny video, right? And I heard a song about I'm in love with my Afrikaans teacher. Was that song? That song wasn't about you.
No, it wasn't about me. Everyone just tagged me in the video because I'm the Afrikaans teacher. It was like kind of relatable. And then the guy that made the song, he asked me to be in the music video. We shot it on Saturday, so I'm very excited.
I saw you posting.
Stay tuned, guys. It's gonna be a funny video.
So now you're posting this, right? And I want to go into some of the untiriness now that goes on TikTok, because as much as you go viral, man, there's also a bunch of people that just talk rubbish also. And then the other thing that I also saw is, okay, how do you it's just because it's so draining when I think about like the negativity and how people are just so negative. Number one, right? Since I've seen like one or two or three or four or five of my videos going like to the 100K plus views now, you get people that are commenting in your comment section that don't have profile pictures, number one, or sometimes when you go into the profile, there's no pictures there at all. So it's nice there now, you see. But now the thing is, now you can throw shots and talk your nonsense and do all your thing, and because then you're standing behind like a shield.
Say
like,
it with your balls.
Yeah, so now you're standing behind a shield, which is cowardice, bro. It's like, nah, if you want to say something, say something. If I comment on someone's thing, you can come in my profile. You'll see pictures of my whole everything going on, my life and all. And you can come and comment. And I also make commentary. Then you can also come and most now. Then you can comment on my things what you don't agree with me on or whatever the issue is. But now these people, they come in your comment section, they talk a bunch of nonsense. When you try and click on their things, there's nothing going on their profile. So it's like they hide behind these fake profiles. Or you go on the profile, it's just like stitching or what do you call this? Like when you're miming the words or like doing lip syncing and stuff like that. So now it's like you don't have anything there that I can criticize because you just like copying things anyways. Now you come on my profile. Now I have things that I'm actually saying, I'm thinking, I'm sharing my thoughts. So obviously you can criticize those.
Yeah.
But I guess the question would then be, how do you then deal with that, with negativity? Because I'm sure when you're getting such kind of views, obviously everyone's not smiling.
Yeah, not everyone's gonna like you. That's what I like realize in life. And I'm a people pleaser. I want everyone to like me. I hate that about myself. Like, people can walk over me, I'll forgive them, and then still try and be like, are you okay? I don't know why I'm like that. Maybe it's because the way my parents raised me, or maybe I watched too much shows. I wanted to be the good girl in the movie. But it's really annoying, Like, when I started out, like, making these videos and going viral, the only reason that I went viral is because people were commenting nonsense. I'll never forget it now. After that video went viral that I posted with my matrix, I posted, like, outfits of the day, what I would wear to work and whatever. Then I'll never forget this outfit because this is the video that also boosted my TikTok. I was wearing a leather dress, né? The dress covered my knees. It was like, what do you call this?
Like a sleeve.
Yeah, it had like a sleeve, and it was like polo neck. But it was now a tight dress. I can't help it if I have a nice body. Like, I'm young. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Because
But you went to school
that was
looking
my
like that, though.
yes.
You went to school looking like
Yes, and the thing is,
So you can't complain when the boys are looking at
there's
you.
that. And everything was obviously...
whatever. There's other teachers that wear dresses like that because they don't maybe have curves or whatever. It's fine, but I just feel like it's so. It's unfair. Like,
It's not my fault
it's
you
not
don't
my
have a nice
fault.
body.
It's really not my fault. But anyways, I posted this video and I felt like I looked really nice. I felt like I looked ordinary. Like, I mean, my legs weren't even open. Like, this part of my leg was open. My arms, it wasn't a strap. It was like.
It wasn't
It's
like...
not just because it was leather seeker now. They're like, oh my gosh, why are you wearing that? But anyways, I posted it. That video went viral so fast, ne? People were like, you're a disgrace to the teaching, whatever. You're gonna get fired. And I was like so stressed out because, oh my word, I've been working so hard to like go viral and blow up. And now people are kind of like threatening
you're blowing
me.
up, but it's
and now
negative.
I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I do? I was so stressed out. But then I was like, you know what? Let me just leave it. And then I'm not gonna like see where it goes, whatever. And then actually, there was a lot of people that were like commenting bad things, and you try not to read it because words hurt more than a punch, eh? Like, moor me once, man. Moor me once.
It does hurt, no?
Yes.
Because, and remember, bro...
What was the vibe like that specific day, though? Like at school
It
and
was,
with the...
I just feel like if you dress nice for work and you go, you're gonna have like a day. If you look sluggish, you're gonna feel sluggish. That's why I always try and look
100%.
presentable, happy, go with us,
Yeah, so you have that energy
Yes.
throughout the day. Exactly.
So you always have to start your day on a good note. And my good note is looking quiet because outfits make me happy. And I feel like when I'm happy, I'm in my best element ever. I'm going to teach lekker. It's vibes, you understand? So that day was very lekker. I had a very nice lesson with my learners. And it was like in the middle of the year. So I kind of like already dissolved into like the teaching system and whatever. So I was like a top girl already. And then I posted this video. And
Do
then...
Did you take it down? Was it still up?
Yeah, it's
Do
still
you
there.
regret wearing that on that?
No, I
especially
don't.
based on the
No,
the
I don't
comments
regret
after,
it.
Or is it like, nah?
No, I don't regret it because even though I know you are teaching kids, you have to be like mindful of the way you dress and the things you do. I do understand it, but I just feel like people are very unnecessary because they just don't want to see you succeed, or they just don't want to see you doing good. And you won't believe it will be people like you said, those user accounts, user 555-987, whatever. They are the ones that create fake accounts that are people from your hometown that don't want to see you do good, that will report your stuff just so you can flop at. I got God. I'm sorry.
Do you think, other than obviously those bot accounts and so forth, do you think it was majority the older folks? Because I know the
Yes.
older generation, when it comes to teaching and so forth, they have
Yeah.
that specific.
But bro,
how
are the
they
older
used
folks
to-
on TikTok
how they
like that
used-
though?
Yes.
Are
I was
they?
by Edmund.
But are they on
Are they?
TikTok?
Yes, they are.
Was
lots
it
of old
youngsters
people.
or
I
what
don't
was the
know.
majority?
Because I
It
know a
was
bunch
majority
of
old people. I would say majority old people that, those people that don't want to transition. Like, you have to get with the program. We are in the 21st century. Things changed. The way people do stuff changed, I really do try to stay mindful and like kind of like use what they use when they were teachers back in the day. But I'm not going to change myself for a job. I feel like that's very, very, very wrong. And I ain't about to change who I am. I'm so sorry, So let me be me and do what I'm supposed to do. My job. I was doing my job right and everything. It's just people finger pain because they can't do what you want to do because they're too scared, and I don't get
And
that.
the school was obviously also okay with.
Yeah. So I just
No one
feel
called
like
you in like, yo.
Principal didn't complain. But
No.
which brings me to the next point. Do you find there's a level of disrespect with nowadays kids, or are you handling it?
yeah, hectic. No, there's a lot of disrespect nowadays. That's why, even though I try to be, I really want to be that cool teacher that everyone likes, but you have to have boundaries. Oh, you have to have boundaries. And that's kind of like when I started teaching like the higher grades, I was like, you know what? Some of you guys know me from when I was in school. Some of you guys saw me when I used to bloom, but their days are over. You take me seriously. I'm trying to help you guys out because you don't have a teacher. This is the best you got. So you respect me or I leave, and then you fail because you need me. And that's it. And then they're like, oh, okay, sure, okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
now.
You must be firm. If you're not firm, you're going to be walked over. And I don't like to be walked over. I was a pushover for too long, so let me at least just.
So
have
I
that.
guess all the days of being a pushover and all the days of kind of, because after you being pushed over and you get home and you're lying thinking, ain't like they must look me in my face now.
Yes.
Because then you like absorb all that and you actually kind of think and you like what do you call it, you ponder on like all the negativity and you're like, but next
But
time
the man
I'm not gonna allow this.
Bro, the man management of being a teacher must be insane, especially with all the learners. And like you're saying now,
Yes.
bro, you get home after a long day and
I'm
I'm gonna face this one in this way, and then that one they was telling me this. Tomorrow I'm gonna show you more. It's like it's
you just,
probably.
like-
Have you had a situation where something really went south and you really had to?
Come I tell you now, when I have problems with learners, I try and resolve it as fast as possible because I'm the type of person, unfortunately, I am an overthinker. That's probably why my head is so big. I am an overthinker. I will reanalyze something that happened 5 years ago and be like, why didn't I do that? So what I do is when I do have like arguments with kids or like stuff, I just try and like, I'm first like nice, like, why are you doing this? It's honest. I like try and like approach it in a
you
nice
first
way.
try and like calm it down, yeah.
But you know, as a human being, you can't always be happy. And I hate the fact that I'm on TikTok, I post stuff, I'm happy. I'm at school, I'm this vibey teacher, you know. But there's days when I just want to just be like, leave me alone, do what I tell you. You understand? And people don't understand that. And it's very depressing. They're like, are you okay? Why are you so sad? I'm like, can you just leave me alone? I'm having one of those days. I feel like we all have one of those days. So with incidents with kids, I hate not resolving it because I don't want to go home and think about this 14-year-old that's taken me so for a chupa. I don't want to think about that.
Exactly.
I don't want to go home and be depressed because teaching already is a lot of admin. People think it's such an easy profession, but it is so much work. People just think you go into the class, you teach, class, you have holiday. No, they don't know the extra admin. They don't know the extra emotional abuse these kids give you. And you can't really do anything because we live in the 21st century. If you just say something, oh my God, my rights, defamation of character, it's really difficult, you know? So I really, when it comes to like arguments and stuff, I really try and resolve it. And my thing is, if I give you like maybe like 2 chances and by the third time you rude to me, you are out. You can go talk to the principal. He'll come and fight your way back into my class. Because anyways, it's my class.
But
I
how's
feel
the
like
principal with you? Like when if you have an issue and you bring it up to him, he takes you serious?
in some cases, some schools, sometimes the management is not like when a school's management is like not ayoba, you as a teacher is gonna suffer.
You're gonna suckle.
You're gonna suckle. You're gonna be fighting your own battles the whole year. You see, that's why I feel like having a good manager, your principal, is very important for the success of a school.
But your principal, like if you have an issue and you go to him and say, hey, look here, man, I need help. This kid is giving me stress.
Yeah.
He'll jump in and sort it out.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, but yeah, like guys, don't let these kids take you for a one because in any case, like my things, I can take a funny kid. I can take a kid that can make jokes all day and not listen to me. It's fine, but don't come be rude
But
to me.
don't be disrespectful.
Don't be rude. And I feel like that's the problems with these new generation. They just say and do and be whatever they want to be. They don't care if you older than them. And like obviously with me it's worse because I look like them. When people from the department or someone comes, they're like, oh my God, where's your teacher? I'm like, I am the teacher, honey. You know, so it's a tough one, hey. But
it's tricky.
just be firm and don't let these kids walk over you.
Do you think they shouldn't have taken away certain ways of disciplining kids? How how we were raised and how
Yeah.
we grew up in.
With regard to, I know this is a very sensitive topic. People don't like to talk about corporal punishment. If we look at our parents, my father always tells me the story. He was like, he's from Uppington, from Northern Cape now. So
Shout out.
shout out Uppington. He always used to
I
tell me
was
this
right
story.
with that thing that I told you. I knew it.
So
Inside joke.
Inside
Inside
joke.
joke.
Yeah.
I mustn't laugh.
I'll tell you after the show. It's something she doesn't like talking about.
yeah, my surname, guys.
Anyways, yeah.
Lol. So you always told me like, if you guys, they used to write, like the teacher would write stuff on the board and he would like have to rewrite it. As if on copies maak, jy moet skryf, you know? And if you don't finish your homework, it's not of, what? You get hiding at school and then when you go home, the teacher already phoned your parents to say this happened. Then kry jy weer pak sla. It's not of the parents run to the school, why did you hit my child? Oh my gosh. You, the teacher and the
Yeah.
parent will hit you. And I feel like I don't agree with corporal punishment and anything. I just feel like there has to be some relationship between the teacher and the parent, because the learner is a different person when they're at school. Come, I tell you that. Learn at home and learn at school, you're two different people. You understand? Maybe your parents are strict at home. You feel like you can come remove there in the class. You get what I'm saying? So the parents are so quick to jump and like take the kid's side. And I know sometimes it's not always the case.
Yo, but our
But-
days, bro, the parents.
I don't
took the teacher's side.
regret the pens within the fingers and squeeze.
And
I don't
those
I don't regret the
90
chalk,
degrees.
the chalk dust, the
Yes, that's fine.
I don't
Nah, but for me personally, bro, they mustn't take away. Corporal punishment
regret
was
those,
important, but what started happening is what people were using that loophole to abuse now, you see.
Yeah.
So now there's that fine line between discipline and abuse.
Yeah.
But now if you completely take away the
Oh, now it's
discipline,
lopsided,
now it's like
bro.
this.
Now
Now
it's
there's
like
no
a
discipline.
bridge.
No sukkel jy daar met die onbeskofte kinders because they're not listening.
You
they're
can't
not
hear
paying
it's
attention.
fluky because then it's information period. I feel like that's the only way sometimes I can like take out my anger like, you know?
But is there still like detention? Those things are still there.
It's not so, it's not, and I don't know
So now
about
you,
other schools.
it's my time. Why must I sit there at school?
No,
is
not
it
even
that type of thing
no,
from the kids?
Not even that. It's just like a case of. I feel like that's why I feel like the South African education system is crumbling, and we're just like chilling and doing our job. You see, those
And it shows.
it shows. You can
it
see it.
definitely shows,
If I was reading an article,
Shows.
I can see. What for me? I can see. I was reading an article, ne? Every year or every 2 months, a girl is pregnant. So you can most already see what their mindsets are. And it's not even kids that are like 18, 17. It's 14-year-olds, 13-year-olds, 15-year-olds. Now, come on. When I was 14, I was busy playing with popper, making mud cakes. What do they know about kinders?
Big people things.
You see what I'm saying? So,
Which literally
sad.
brings me to my next point, right?
very sad.
And I like the way you segued into that. So
Yeah.
smooth.
Yeah. Shout out.
There's a new movie out, right? And it speaks about human trafficking. And it speaks about how it's becoming an issue in the world about the children being kidnapped and da-da-da-da-da. So it became a big thing, right? And so, ironically, what happened is Indiana Jones is a Disney film that came out on the same weekend. The movie is called Sound of Freedom. It came out on the same weekend, right? So you know this whole push that people are tired of the woke mob now. People are like, hou op. Julle het enjoy us nou klaar, los ons nou uit. Because this woke mob thing, they're forcing issues down our throats, kind of shoving things that we
don't
weren't
want.
agreeing with. It's like, but it's like, if you all want to do you, then do you, boo over there. But now don't force the rest of us to agree. So now, what they're saying that people are starting to vote with their pockets, right? Which means now so do you know what it means to vote with your pocket? It means like you're voting with your money now. So now if you don't agree with something, you don't pay for it. So now what happened was when Target came out with that whole satanic t-shirts and that whole LGBT movement, scooters and what people were like, wag. Relax now, and then they stopped going to Target, and Target lost a couple of billion in like a week, right? Because of that. Then Bud Light came and they made Dylan Mulvaney the face of one can and this, that, and the other. Then people were like, man, gents, relax with those things now. We were right with the beers and things. Now you are now forcing this thing.
Overboard.
Wait with us. And then they stopped. And then Bud Light like dropped it to the point where they now scared that the whole company might actually collapse because people are like, we're stopping, we're not buying this thing anymore. So people vote with their pockets. If they disagree with something, they're not, because now they know if they go on social media and say something, they're going to get cancelled. If they go on social media and make a statement about the alphabet community, cancel. If you go on social media, make a statement about anything that the woke mob disagrees with, cancelled, same time. So now people are like, okay, sharp, so I can look up social media, I'll vote with my pocket. You sound me fool, you'll feel me where it hurts. So Indiana Jones comes out, boom, yeah, Disney is promoting, they're going crazy. Sound of Freedom comes out, which is technically from Christian producers, right? It's the same guy that producers chosen, and the message, and the guy that's the main character in the story is a Christian guy that feels like he felt a feeling from God. He needs to go and save these children that are being in the trafficking ring and whatever. Yeah. So he was first working for the government. Then the government told him, nah, it's fine, they can leave this thing. Then he said, nah, I want to continue, because he had a conversation with his wife and he said, no, I'm going to continue because I'm seeing these children being trafficked every day. I'm seeing like small children, and he has children the same age, and he felt like, bruh, if this had to happen to my child, I would want someone to fight for my child and to go and fetch my child out of these, like being abused and all of this. So that's what he felt. So he went into it and he told the government, even if you guys are not going to support me or back me up, I'm going to do this by myself. Then he started a whole movement called the Underground Railroad, where he now tries to save children from trafficking, right? So then he went in. The movie comes out the same weekend, Disney film comes out. The movie hits the box office, 10 no, Indiana Jones, nothing, right? Well, they made their money, but they didn't make quarter of their budget back, right? Now, everyone's like, why is this movie doing so well? Why are people all of a sudden supporting this movie? Now, what they would call the left media, the woke media, would come out and say, yeah, this movie is not real, it's fake news, it's not, the facts that they're speaking about is not legitimate. They call it something called QAnon.
Yeah,
it's
QAnon.
it's QAnon and whatever. So now they're trying to like downplay the reality of this thing. On the same thing where a lot of people believe that the guy that was caught, what's his name, that went to jail for the trafficking, and he had an island, and what's the guy's name?
It's giving Tabo Bester.
No, not Tabo Bester, man. The guy in America, bro, that they killed. What is his name?
Who they kill?
And then they caught his girlfriend now the other day.
Is this a true story, the one you're talking about? Not the movie, the one that you just mentioned.
Even the movie is a true story.
Yeah,
but
the movie is based on a true story.
But the guy that I'm talking about, what's the guy's name? Guys, help me here in the comments quickly.
Wait, explain it again.
He has an island.
Okay.
Nah, where he took all the children, and then
Jeffrey Epstein.
Thank you. Yeah.
Jeffrey.
And then so they caught the girlfriend the other day. And so now people are saying, how come Jeffrey Epstein's story just went kind of under the carpet
And it
quickly?
did go under the carpet very quickly because they have money. They're just trying to smear everything to
And
make
then, now
TBH.
now the story is coming out that a lot of these government people are involved with us trafficking and with all the gemors going on. So now they're like, it's not real.
They're lying.
They're trying to now cover this thing. But now people themselves are saying, don't try to cover. We're going to go. Now this movie is like blowing up. It's becoming more famous than all the movies that are on circuit now.
I think just basically the system of how they're trafficking these kids are it's just like way too detailed and precise. That's why people are saying now the government
definitely has involvement, and now the government is like exposing themselves because they're trying to cover it up.
Yeah,
and
they
now
just
people
kept
are like,
quiet. It wasn't gonna look so obvious.
Now it looks obvious that they're covering
Come
up.
on.
Okay, Jen, thoughts. I don't know.
Personally, with regard to that movie, like you guys were saying, the systems are crumbling. That is an American movie that's based on American true story, nah? I'm right.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
But
no,
it's
that's what's happening.
everywhere.
That's what's happening everywhere.
It's happening
So
here
if
also.
it's
I'm scared to go to the mall with my children.
My thing is that I just feel like it's happening everywhere, and I feel like the reason why we're so scared is because the people that's supposed to protect us are not protecting us. Like, for example, we know that our lovely Fedora Wiki, what's his name? Our SEPS officer, Diamond. We know that he's busy with stuff. So obviously, what's his name?
Becky.
Tlele. We know that he's busy with nonsense. It's fine. So overseas, we have those big officials that are also busy with nonsense. You get what I'm saying? So I just feel like we're normalizing stuff way too much. We're just accepting what people tell us because I don't know, maybe we're too scared to be like, that's 1 and 1 is not making 2, it's making 4. You know what I'm saying? So.
But what do you think, working with kids? You obviously have a sensitivity towards these things. So clearly, what they're doing with this whole trafficking thing is not right. I have kids, right? I have 2 girls to crown it all.
And now just imagine.
And now when I watch those things, I get angry, bro. I get incredibly angry. I don't know. You a lady, you have to move around these streets by yourself. I don't know what's your thoughts on. You obviously try not to move in fear, but there's always this thing kind of. Like, I need to be safe.
Yes,
not be in
definitely
weird
be
areas.
safe. When I moved to Johannesburg, I come from a very small town. We have like 4 or 5 streets. I'm lying, okay, but it's a bit bigger, but it's a very small town. So like everyone knows everyone. You know, okay, if there's a Niger person that you know that is the person. Yeah, in Joburg, people are
Can
like
be anyone.
it can be anyone. It's so big. So when the first thing my parents told me, because I moved here, I'm like staying alone. I'm like gunman. I don't stay with anyone. They're like, you need to be careful now. This is not trafficking. You are in the city and things are different. So a lot of incidents kind of happened where you can like eye people and be like, this person is a bit too clingy. This one's a bit suspect, I'm always like, I go to Rosebank a lot. So one day I went to Rosebank and there was this guy, he had a dark Mercedes. I don't know but he didn't look South African. He looked like maybe he was like from other Africa land, maybe Nigeria, I don't know. That means. So when I was like waiting, because this guy wanted to wash the car, so I felt bad because he looked hungry. So I'm like, it's fine, just fill out the car, then I'll give you 100 and then you can go buy for you food. So while I was waiting, this guy took so long to wash the car. So I'm not waiting. Then I was waiting outside of the car, and then this guy, this guy that I just told you about, the black guy, that's like, I think he's from.
Somewhere.
He's not from South. He's not from. You can see. He's not from South Africa, and he has a duck Mercedes. He had a duck coat on, and he was like, that uncomfortable stare, like he's looking. And I'm really trying to I'm like,
not make eye contact.
Yeah, I'm not making eye contact. I'm just saying I'm talking to this guy washing the car, and this guy stares at me for like 5 minutes, and when I make eye contact with him, he does this. I'm like, oh my God, please, please, please. And I have a Northwest number plate, so obviously this person can clap put two into this one is not from here.
Not from
you
here.
see? So then I'm like, okay. Then I told the guy, yes, fine. Then this guy drove. So it was parked here, and he was parked like at the back. So when he reversed, you have to like drive like around the roundabout. So this guy drove like so slow around the roundabout. I got in the car and I was sitting, and like when he was like, my car was facing this way and he was like coming like this, he just stood there and he like in his car like parked, and I think he was like waiting for me to like get out of the entrance, and I'm like, I'm not gonna go now. I waited there and he was giving me eye contact the whole time, and he even rolled down his window. I'm like, nee, ek moet nou huis toe gaan.
Nah, maar
Jarrig.
Layla,
Imagine.
how are you finding yourself in such a situation, bro?
But in Rosebank,
Yes, at the mall. That Rosebank, the zone.
No, man.
Luckily,
To a point where you're like literally sitting next to each other in your car.
not in my car, man.
But-
like he was like parked opposite, but I was sitting in my car, so I'm like, I need to get home now. So then when he drove like around the roundabout.
because you waiting for this guy to finish with the car.
Yes, so
Yeah.
then I got in and I was sitting, and then he like kind of
I would have
reversed.
just drove away. I would have been like, hey,
So then I just said, then I'm like, okay, it's fine.
wash the car.
And then I waited for him to drive out first, and then I like, when he was like already like in the main road, then I was like, okay, I can go now. Because if I go like drive after him or he's behind me, he's gonna follow me. So I'm like, okay, let me just wait.
I think a lot of people are also at that point now where
You have to be so
they
vigilant.
yeah, and they don't care if they come across or look untidy. Like if someone approaches you and then you close your window, because you know how it used to be. People
Yes,
wouldn't want to close
now
the
it's
window because
nice
they
looking
feel like
people.
ish.
Bruh, now
They feel like,
no. He's
ish,
saying
I'm gonna
like
look.
if someone like comes that you're not feeling comfortable with, then first you trying to be nicer. You don't
Because
like
you don't know-
close the window. But
Oh,
now people are like,
yeah.
can you for you?
Yeah, it's things really change, and it's very scary. Like I hate being a girl sometimes because I feel like I can be taken advantage of so fast, and I'm very gullible. It's so stupid of me. I really try to be like straight, but I always give people the benefit of the doubt. Like but that time when you can feel the vibe, you can feel something is not.
something's
That's
off
just
here.
like, okay, you need to like be vigilant, like keep an eye out. So it's very sad. Like, and this movie just makes everything more sad because it's a reality. They're trying to like sweep it under the rug, but it's happening. It's not only happening, obviously, it's happening everywhere. And just imagine those poor kiddies. I don't even want to think about it. I'm gonna start crying, guys. That's so sad.
Nah, it is sad, and a lot of people that went out to watch the film, they said some of them walked out because they were like, "Yo, this is too."
You can
it's
feel
too
it's
much.
real.
It's
Yeah.
too much going on, and especially people with children, they seeing this
Exactly.
and they're like, "Oh, this is too hectic for me."
Yeah, it's tough, guys.
So nah, it is hectic, bro. I don't wanna go into
Yeah,
Nathan's comment, bro.
see that. I see that one. I
don't
was
wanna
gonna
go-
ask, bro.
Nah, I don't wanna go there, bro, because that's gonna start a whole different can of worms that I'm not keen on jumping in on.
But we hear you, bro. We hear you. We
Nah,
hear you.
I hear you, Nate, bro. Thank you so much for the comment. Thank you for jumping in.
No,
on the
there's one
comment
more.
section.
There's one more, broski. There's one more.
Okay.
Elvino asks, what is your goal in the next 5 years?
My goal. Okay, so I had like a 5-year plan. I think I'm living my 5-year plan now. Yeah, which is actually cool because when you pray for something and then when you like happening, you like complain a lot. Like, nah, I complain a lot. I'm like, oh my God, job work's not what I thought it. I was like, okay, finish varsity, get a job, move out of Mafeking. And I did it, you know? So that's why I'm always trying to stay grateful. 5 years from now, I would hope to be at least like my job would be like in media, maybe like a presenter or something, because that's really what I wanted to do. That's like my passion. I really wanted to do that. If not, that's not the way that God wants me to go in, then hopefully I can go and teach overseas and bring back my klomp geld from overseas, my millions, and then I can maybe just buy a house and like just settle and then do those things like as an actual job, because then I'll not be a rich girl, you see. But 5 years from now, I really hope that I do like media.
Nah, but you've been pushing
things.
so far, and
So,
so
yeah.
far you've been keeping on track. You've been doing what you said you wanted to do. So that's good. A lot of people say certain things, they never end up executing on it.
Yeah.
You said you wanted to do this, you wanted to come here, you came, you wanted to do that, you did it.
So I just looked at that as motivation, because, you know, sometimes you feel like, oh, why do I have this dream of doing this? But I just feel like it's in your mind so that you can succeed. I feel like obstacles in your way are going to come in general. That's just life. You just have to have that persistence. If you want something, you're going to go get it.
No,
So,
big
yeah.
facts. Big facts.
Bro, I actually want to ask it.
Go for it, bro.
Can I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for
Yeah,
it.
bro.
We got 5 minutes
So,
left,
so
but
Nathan
it's fine.
actually asked, did you ever come across a they or she they in your class, and how do you handle that situation?
Oh, yeah. Well, that, I don't know if I'm going to say that, the LGBTQ. Did I say that? Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of people that are like very open with like their sexuality in classes. But because I am like, I'm a very like, what's this word? Open-minded person. I don't want people to judge me, so I don't judge people. If that's what you choose and that's what you want to do, go for it. You know, understand? But I'm not going to be them like, well, that's wrong. You know, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's your choice, and I will treat you the way you treat me. If you respect who I am and my choices, I'll respect you and your choices. So it's kind of just like a matter of a mutual respect thing. And I feel like even though you're a guy and you're into guys, if you don't take me for a while in my class, I'm not gonna bother about your personal stuff, you know. I don't need to get into your personal life. It is a tough situation because like the previous school I worked at, it kind of sometimes goes with the rules of the school. Like we had a this was like when I was working in Mafeking, we had a learner. So he's a boy, but he's like,
he feels that
he's a girl. He wants to be a girl. He's a girl. He dresses like a girl. He has like a... So because he was like registered on the school as like male, and he was like going to the girls' bathroom, having like a pony and stuff like that, it really conflicted with the rules of the school. So there was a whole other thing. So that's why I'm saying also with like a school, you must not just have... I feel like now, because of all of this, because everything is so normalized, same sex, they're gonna have to like change it. I know some people are gonna be super reluctant to it because it's not, because most of the teachers nowadays are like from the old school.
No,
ways.
but I also do understand, because as a parent, it can also become tricky, especially if you have girls, because now...
Bro, I don't want
now
the
there's
homie in my
there's a
kids.
homie,
I get that.
And my
when
daughter
my daughter's making dressing
like,
or something, nah, bro. Me as I'm a parent, bro, 2 girls, I will come and fight by the school.
Yeah, so
I will come and squeal. Definitely, I'll come fight.
Yeah, it's a very tricky one. It's a very sensitive and controversial topic, and there's not really a right answer for it now, because there is what people are saying, it's normalized, whatever, and then there is like people that are reluctant for it. But me, I'm chilled. I love everyone. I feel like if that's your choice, it's okay.
I love everyone, but don't put my children's life in danger now, or come with your funny tricks.
I try to stay Switzerland, because I don't want to get involved in things that are like, I would say, not really, I wouldn't say it's not relevant to me, but I don't just feel like if I'm involved in a situation where I have to be like, well, this is what you did, then it's okay. But like just to go and be like, oh my God, no, honey, you're wrong. You can't do that. That's not you.
But how's your parents? Are your parents still kind of, I'm going to use a bad word, but old school?
My parents are very old school. I feel like when we grew up, my mother was very strict. Like if you look at my mother now on TikTok, she's very chilled, but she was never that chilled. She was a tiger mom. My father was even very strict, but now we're obviously grown up. They feel like, okay, they did their part, it's fine. With regard to like these things, my parents are very, and I feel like that's why I am the way I am, because they are like very like accepting. They accept anyone. Doesn't matter if you're black, white, if you are gay, if you are lesbian. They don't care. They just see you as a person. They don't see you as that. And I feel like that's kind of why I am the way I am. I accept everyone for who they are and what they are. It doesn't matter. You're still a person.
If you came home with a girl, it'd be alright.
They'd probably like, but my mother said, because I'm like the only one in my family that's like not in a relationship or married. Shame. Anyway, so it's like, my child, if you come here with a gun and you feel that's what it is, go through that phase. Maybe it's just a phase. Maybe you're just going through something.
But that's not but the way.
Yeah, but
Like,
face.
yeah, but
this is just a phase.
yeah. So she said, try and.
But ultimately, like.
No, she wouldn't judge me. My parents are very, very, very understanding. Won't judge me. Deep down, she'll maybe be mad at me, but she won't chase me away.
No, definitely.
Yeah, no, that's why I love them.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, do you have brothers and sisters?
I have two sisters. Shout out to Lamise and Aliyah. Yes, they are my elder sisters.
Aliyah and Layla.
So it's
No, I'm saying your name and your sister's name are similar.
Aliyah and Layla, yeah.
Yeah.
We were actually Muslim. That's why we have Muslim names, but then we converted. Okay. So, yeah, that's why we all have Muslim names. So, I'm the baby, and then Aliyah's the middle child, and Lamise is the eldest. Nice. So, yeah, I also want to say something. I feel like you guys must, if you are eldest sibling or something, don't take that role lightly, because I feel like an eldest sibling really sets the tone for the young ones. Like, my sister was very prim and proper, the eldest one now. And I feel like me and my middle sister, we like kind of like took stuff, but we were also trying to be our own person. But because she was like, she had a thing, she went to varsity, she got married, then she got a baby, that stuff. So that I kind of want to like level. Set the tone. I don't want to be like,
Kyk nou vir jou.
I am the deurmekaar child. My mother knows I'm deurmekaar. But at least I still have that level of respect. I'm working, It's not like I'm slouching on my mom's couch. Mommy, please buy me clothes. I want to take videos,
Exactly. Now,
so
but big shout out. Big shout out to you that you actually you hold down your own and you do your own thing. Yeah. That's dope. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our time.
That was very lekker. I like talking.
That was like remember when you asked me, so I told you, the show is like this. It's like we're just talking. It's not like, so how old
I
were you?
prepared a whole mondeling speech for you.
How old were you when you first?
Before we end, I do want to ask you guys a couple of questions.
Go for it.
Are you guys ready?
Okay, we're on the other side now.
Yeah. Can you guys translate for me a couple of words to Afrikaans? Let's see if you got this.
All right. Afrikaans, he can do it. He can do that.
First one. Who can tell me what is a butterfly?
Skoenlapper.
Oh.
You know it. I thought you were going to say buttervlieg. Okay.
Buttervlieg. I would have probably said buttervlieg. Nah, not that bad.
No.
Alright, next. Do you have more?
Nah.
That
was the one I thought I was going to get you guys with.
That one.
Skoenlapper.
You have to.
You talk Afrikaans, that's why.
My wife is from Namibia.
Oh, Windhoek.
They speak
Afrikaans.
Yeah. So when I started going there, I had to turn up my game big time because I used to speak like just this.
That romerige vibes.
In J Afrikaans. Now when I go to Windhoek, but I speak Afrikaans.
Okay, so let's.
I literally only had to speak Afrikaans like in Hope Town when I grew up there for like a year, but that was when I was like 6 years old. That's in
but even when before I started teaching Afrikaans, I was also talking this broken Afrikaans, but then I had to obviously, ek moes reg probeer het praat, want ek was nou nie verstaan julle. And I just wanted to tell you guys, I can also do accents, but that's a time for, I think for another time.
Get him with a hectic one that.
Try a difficult one.
I can't think of it now.
The thing is, living with my wife, she will hit me with those ones. Weet jy wat beteken die?
Wat beteken topic? Let's see. Topic?
Like what? Move from topic to say it in Afrikaans. I'll have to think about it. Off the top of my head, I wouldn't know.
Come, just try.
Wait, I actually used it in a conversation the other day. Now I can't remember. Because I got me on the spot. Wait. No, tell me. Onderwerp. I used it in a sentence not so long ago. I literally used it, onderwerp. Yep. Not so long ago. I think I was busy writing the message to you.
Hectic.
And then I was using the word onderwerp, but then I decided. Remember when I asked you, must I send you the questions or not?
Did he?
Nah, I didn't use it. But I typed it out and then I thought, that's a bit now. Let me rather.
Just typing in English, honey. It's okay.
But it is what it is, man. Onderwerp.
But yeah, it was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And you actually play a big, massive role in society, in our country. Obviously, being a teacher, this is raising up and teaching the leaders of tomorrow. And of course, with the current situation in our country, you definitely have that massive role. So we're rooting for you, we're praying for you, and we just hope for the absolute best, and that you'll definitely go from greater heights to greater heights. Let's get it.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna change my accent because that was so sweet. I hope you guys are like successful too. Yes, per.
You see now Nathan is saying romerig is his new favorite
Yes,
word.
romerig. If you guys don't know what romerig is, it means you just like,
Just like in jail. Like,
romerig man. Ja man.
You're
Okay,
onafgewerkt.
Onafgewerkt julle.
Okay, closing remarks your side.
Like what? Like a
Like just
comment?
what do you want to say? Like to say goodbye to everyone.
I just want to say goodbye to everyone. Thanks for having me. I hope I made you laugh. I was really trying to not be serious because I'm not a serious person. So I hope you guys were laughing, and please use my word romerig. Okay, it's not my word, but from Meftown, if you guys know that word romerig. Shout out to my Meftonians. Is that what we call ourselves? Are we Meftonians? Because you guys are most Joburgers.
Meftown.
Meftonians. Shout out to you guys. It will always be my hometown, and thanks for having me. Lots of love. This was the most fun I had in a long time. You guys should probably stop me now because I like talk a lot. So
That's someone's asking what's the meaning of Van Dyke.
Van Dyke is Virgil. Virgil van Dyke is my.
No, the way
my
that
future.
word looks.
Verleden
Giving Van Dyke.
So yeah, guys, thank you. I really appreciate
Virgil.
it. I love Virgil.
Who's winning the league? Liverpool, eh?
Are they winning? That's my team.
No, the season didn't start yet.
But they're gonna win it.
They definitely gonna win.
Amen. From your mouth to God's ears.
In Jesus'
Why
name,
you
come on,
wearing
hallelujah.
red?
Oh, amen.
You'll never walk alone.
You'll never walk alone.
Amen,
girl.
amen.
You should have started the conversation with that.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Nah, a sports show coming soon.
Yeah, Virgil.
Layla.
Just
Virgil, if you're
before
watching this, please marry me.
Virgil.
Virgil.
Van Dyke.
First. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Love you. Goodbye. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.